Everyone is lying to your face. And unfortunately, I don't think many people realize that on a day-by-day influence, you're getting influenced by so many different things, especially considering like you wake up, you check your phone, and whatever the algorithm decides to feed you, that will affect your emotions and make you emotionally reactive. And this is why we see so many, comment sections becoming just total hate wars. It's because the algorithm has trained everyone to become super reactive and, quick to bash, quick to hate without really thinking through the situation themselves, right? And the whole idea of social media and why they want you to make you so reactive is because that is money for the people at the top, right? And there have been studies to show that people are more likely to buy, more likely to stay on something when their emotions are being manipulated rather than you giving them straight logical facts, right? This is just why, Super Bowl ads, they will pay, the advertisement teams will pay, millions or tens of millions or maybe billions of dollars to make these ads. And if you actually take a look at the ads, they're not really giving you logical reasons. They're trying to spike your emotions. And that's the one thing I really wish people understood. I mean, it's so clear to me, but it seems like people are just, they are not aware enough. And how do you develop that awareness? For me, I think I was off social media for a long time, and that allowed me to trust my gut instinct. And also going down this, the poker route, it caused me to become very objective, see things very clearly, rather than being super emotional and being detached from emotions is a big skill set in poker. And that I think allowed me to keep a lot of my originality and trust my own gut, especially poker when, it's just like only you in the arena. I also played tennis when I was young, right? It's just like, these are very similar sort of sports, I guess. It's just you outside there, and the only person you can blame is yourself, and the only person you can trust is yourself. I wasn't necessarily in many collaborative team sports, and I learned quickly to only rely on myself above anyone else. And that's, my personal life events, but I don't know. I really don't know. If you grew up on social media from a young age, these Gen Z people, I don't know when they'd be getting their phones. I've maybe 10 years old, 12 years old. That seems pretty cooked to me because now it's just you're not even being raised by parents. You're being raised by social media. Your parents are not doing a good job. This is why these kids are becoming crazy and rebellious, is because they're getting fed so much information, which is way too much information at a young age, and they see way too much of the world, and now they see all the negatives of the world, and we don't have that delusional optimism, which is really a necessity for changing the world into a better place. And I see, and I think this is the cause of a lot of societal issues. Kind of going on a ton of tangents. That's just how my brain works. But it's pretty sad to see, to be honest, some of the behaviors of people on social media, how much they place emphasis on followers, on view counts and likes. And I cannot, part of the reason why I started social media in the beginning was to try to fight against that. My channel name is literally Eric versus the world, because I just disagree with a ton of things, and I just don't know how this is so normalized. And for some reason, it's so normalized. It's been so socially accepted to chase these high chasing dopamine, and people will not see the repercussions and never think so far ahead because they're so focused on the present day, addicted to their phone. Everyone has a phone addiction, by the way. You're lying to yourself if you don't, if you say you don't. How can we understand that we have a phone addiction and be able to separate our actions from our phone addiction? But I don't know. This is quite a dark and sad topic, and it almost seems like there is no real solution. It seems like we are too far gone, to be honest, after I hop back on social media. It really does. It makes me sad. I am doing the little I can to, try to have people understand my own worldview in a sea of slop. And it's only going to get more sloppy because of AI. But yeah, I don't know. Thinking about, I try not to, I'm a deep thinker, but I try not to think about these things too much because just being too introspective and constantly replaying, the past or what if doesn't really do much. I think the only thing we can really do is try to move forward, but it's tough, to be honest. I can only help people who want to be helped or people who want to listen. And to be honest, my content probably does rub some people off the wrong way because while people say they want the truth, they don't really want the truth. You tell them the truth and they become super fidgety, right? You show them like, this is why your shit's not working out. This is why you've not been losing weight. It's because you've just not been disciplined. And people don't actually want to hear the truth. They say they want to hear the truth, but they do want to all live in a delusion. And when you see it, you can't really unsee it. It's definitely a curse to be so aware, but at the same time, I believe it is a blessing and my mission to, my life's purpose to share the word. So, what I say is really try to be objective about social media. Why are you getting fed this piece of information? Why are a bunch of people starting to talk about the death of NASA scientists when that was years ago? Same thing happened with Diddy smacking that girl in the hotel room. Those footages were artificially put onto your feed because those events happened years ago, and the people at the top are trying to clip them and show you, what they want you to see and have you become emotionally reactive. Because if you use all your life energy to bash people in the comments, boom, 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 and some of it's not even like real people, a lot of it's bots to simulate that sort of thing. It drains your life force, and I believe that is what they want to happen to you, just to expend all your life energy into arguing about these pointless arguments to distract you from what's really going on. And it's pretty dark to think about it, but let me know what you think and really try to be more aware when you are doom scrolling the next time around. Peace.